Newsshooter coverage of Cine Gear 2025 is sponsored by B&H Build Expo, June 17th and 18th at the Javits Center, New York, and Atlas Lensco.
I'm Eric Nasa with Newsshooter.com, and we are at Cine Gear 2025, and I'm at the SmallRig booth with Manny. How's it going, Manny?
It's actually going great, going really good today.
It's been busy. I mean, I came by the booth a little while ago. It was crazy. There was nowhere to stand. I had to go all the way over there.
I don't know if it was, the people coming in, the people getting in, the people being in. It's been a crazy, electrifying year this year. Honestly, it's been amazing.
Yeah. Well, there's been some good products. There's been some new products that have been released at the show, and SmallRig happens to be one of those companies that released something today. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, so we've actually released a couple of things, but one of the big releases that we actually had this year has been a project that we've been working on for over 3 years.
So what do we got here?
So this is the 36-inch production cart from SmallRig. Compared to a lot of other carts on the market, there is a lot of carts on the market. Ours is one that is unique as in the fact that the entire assembly on it is toolless. It fits in the back of your sedan. You don't need a grip van, you don't need a production van anymore. You can put this in your everyday car, everyday vehicle, and carry it with you, as long as you got the trunk space, of course. Also, this cart is eligible for airplane travel.
Oh, okay.
So if you wanted to travel with your own cart, you could take it with you at the airport, yes.
Now, so does it break down into its own case?
Yes, it does. Okay. So both tiers, the top and the bottom, essentially, collapse into each other. They store all your rods, all your wheels, your handles, everything. And like I was saying earlier, this is a toolless design. Up here on the top, we have some locking pins. These locking pins actually double as baby pin receivers as well.
Oh, nice.
So if we were to flip them over, you would have a baby pin receiver. The other thing about these ports right here that we have is they are a 35 millimeter base. So if you wanted to have, a baby stand or maybe a full C stand, you can place it in here, lock it in, and start running transmitters, start running lights, whatever it may be, an umbrella.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and so as you see, it is also surrounded by cheese plates. There's multiple mounting points on this cart. You're looking at 1/4-20s, 3/8 16ths, and also 3/8 16ths with locating pins on them.
And they're all standard ARRI, right?
Absolutely.
So you can use your, any ARRI standard version of
absolutely
1/4, 3/8.
Yes, sir. And so you could use it to store hardware and or mount other accessories, maybe a tripod holder or whatever it may be.
That's great. Now, how many do you have shelves, or how is it? You able to add a shelf, or is this really not designed to be?
So this is designed to be more of like your standardized cart in essence, where you have your bottom deck, your top deck, and then your supporting braces, etc. If you wanted to grow this, like I was saying earlier, I actually said this in my presentation earlier. In theory, you can drop 4 C-stands in here and shoot it up to the sky as high as you want. Why you would want to do that, I have no idea. But hey, when there's a will, there's a way. And so, so as far as like shelving goes, we don't make dedicated shelving to it, but it is built where you don't have to get locked into our own brand and our own make or model ecosystem, so to say. It is modular. It is built on modularity.
Okay. Now, could you say if you didn't want it to be this high, could you drop it down to half that? This top, or is it pretty much like this is the setup?
So this is the standard size, and so like I said, this is something that we have gotten a lot of feedback from a lot of end users and customers. One thing that I would like to tell a lot of individuals is, for example, I myself, from the previous units that I have tested for the company before, I fell in love with the carbon fiber posts.
Yeah.
But if we would have added carbon fiber posts to this, it would have shifted the pricing.
Yeah, way more.
And then on top of that, I come from being a local 600 utility and also a second AC. So when you push a cart around, you usually have 10-inch wheels, pneumatic wheels. We went with an 8-inch option for the fact that we want you to be able to put it in the cart, collapse it, put it in the trunk of your car. But if I want 10-inch wheels, I'm pretty sure I can contact SmallRig and be like, hey, can I get 10-inch wheels? Can I get carbon fiber posts? Can I get, I don't know, maybe a 3-inch post, 5-inch post, etc. That is something that is feedback that we are open to as far as expanding more of like an accessory line. And so what you're doing right here right now is actually another thing that we've been working on is we have like this bolt action receiver style. So if you go ahead and grab this pin, pull it towards you and then down.
Yeah.
So We do have different locking mechanisms that we've tried before in the past. And to this, you just push it in and then just lock it in. Yeah, absolutely.
And I noticed too, you have a skirt. This is kind of cool. So if you are, if you do have gear in there and you don't want it to get, I don't know,
Dusty.
sun on it or dusty,
Yeah.
The skirt looks like it comes on and off pretty quick.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
what's the total weight, of the
So
cart?
the cart itself, the weight of the cart, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was sub 50 kilos for sure. However, the weight payload capacity is way over 500 pounds. Way over 500 pounds,
You
yeah.
definitely could put some kit on here.
Oh no, absolutely, yeah. And so that was another thing is I had a question during the presentation earlier that was a very key question. They're like, what about dispersing weight on the cart? Is there like a specific place you want to always put weight? And I was like, well, standardized, you always want to have it centered. However, sometimes you might have, a battery pack and then that's just going to outweigh everything else in the front. You don't have to worry about that because when you have a cart, especially the smart wheels, and you push and pull it under load, it does this wobble effect. Whereas when the wheels are closer to the edge, it seamlessly rotates the wheels with no wobble, no weight shift, and that was probably one of the best inputs we received. Shout out Justin Porter, thank you for that, bro.
Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about retail price and when it's going to be available.
So the interesting thing about this product is that we are actually doing a crowdfunding style sale on it. First 50 users that get access to it, they're going to be able to get it at $18.99, and then after that, you're looking at a $21.99 retail price out shipped, and that's going to include everything that you see: the wheels, the cart, obviously the production unit. Yeah.
Pretty much everything.
Absolutely,
Everything you see
yes,
here.
sir.
Okay, and when is that going to be available?
So the crowdfunding campaign, we're looking at running that up until July 26th. Depending on the feedback we get, we may either extend it and also, offer more slots in that campaign. And then also, as far as availability, you're looking at towards the end of Q3, so October.
Okay.
You're looking at availability shipped to you around October is the target. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Manny. Appreciate it.
No,
Really cool.
absolutely. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Have a good show.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.